my first YouTube video, and I just wanted to introduce myself as I get ready. Oh my gosh. Don't mind that. So I went to get Dunkin's. I am 24 years old. I was a teen mom. I had my baby at 17 and I got married at 18. A lot has happened for the last years. I got pregnant literally a year ago. So my babies are 7 years apart, which is crazy. They're both for May. So May is a lot. May's gonna be graduations, birthdays. Fun fact, my baby Isabella, she is from May 10, which is like Hispanic Mother's Day. I don't know if it's just Mexican or like Hispanics. Don't come for me, I don't know. My oldest is from May 30, so they're only like 28 days apart from the month, which is crazy. Right now I'm a stay-home mom taking care of my little baby. She is 4 months. The cosmetology school back in high school. I got all my hours, and whenever I took my test, I didn't pass my test, so I got discouraged, which a lot of people like didn't pass on their first time and they'll just go and retake it. But I got very discouraged, and then I didn't take it and ended up graduating with like a certification. While I was doing that, I had done customer service, so I just stuck with customer service for a while. Oh, somebody woke up. The reality of a mom. I feel like my days go by so fast with my kids. With my first, I got a lot of help from my parents because we were living with them. So we got a lot of help since we were still in high school. But now I feel like with this baby is like the reality of being a mom. Like, it's just me and I'm not working. So whenever I had my first, it's just so different. It's just completely different. Everything is so different. With my first, I went back to school 3 months because I had her in the summer, which was like right at what I got out of school like the 26th, something like that. And then by the 30th, I had my baby. A few days out of school and I went to have my baby. So it was like literally crazy. It was crazy, but it was good because I got to spend like the summer with her and learning how to be a mom. With Isabella, it's just been so different because I'm just mom all day. You know what I mean? Like, it's very different. It's very different. And then when I got out of high school, I started working right away. My mom was still watching her while I worked. It was like a lot back then, but it was different because I wasn't on mom duties 24/7. Oh, excuse you. I'm trying to grab everything I have with me. She's so funny. So regarding like marriage, it's a roller coaster. It is crazy. It's not what I thought it would be, honestly. Like what you see in movies and like, you know, like what they sell you on. If you're young watching this, it is not rainbows and butterflies. It is not. And or if you're just not married, I guess. Like, it is basically he was my high school sweetheart, and we had a baby and we got married, and now we have our second baby. I had my first baby. It was so crazy. It like, because a lot of people were like, why did you wait 7 years to have another baby? Let me tell you, I didn't think I was gonna have another baby. I just thought I was done because of my experience obviously having my first baby. Like, it was just, I guess, traumatizing, and like seeing everything that came with a baby, and then having to work to obviously keep up with things, and then like getting our own place. Like, the bills just don't stop, right? If you know, you know. Like, you just gotta be out there. I just never wanted another baby. Like, I was really young at my first, so it's just like not something. It's like, yeah, I want another baby, you know. Like, I don't know, it wasn't like that for me. Say hi, Easy. Hello. At 36 weeks, I just started having contractions. I had my baby shower like 2 days before that, and then I had like all the presents like all everywhere, all over my room. So I started getting like into my like nesting, like I need to like stuff up, I need to like move things around. So at that time, my boyfriend, now husband, was at work, and I was like, dude, like I want to do this, and he's like, just wait for me to get home and like I help you, like we'll do it together, right? And I'm like, okay. And I started like moving everything with my impatient self, and I started moving literally everything, like everything everywhere. I moved the bed, I moved everything. Literally that same night I started having contractions. I was like, oh my gosh. We ended up going to the hospital, and they were like, I ended up dilating to 4 centimeters. I was having contractions at that point for about 12 hours. They gave me some medicine to stop the contractions, but they didn't stop. I don't know why. Is that even a thing? I think I remember them not stopping. Or maybe that's why I plateaued at 4 centimeters. Girl, that time was a blur. Like, I don't remember anything. Like, I don't know. Like, you know, whenever like something bad happens to you, like traumatic, like your brain tries to block it. I think that's what it was since the beginning. So the lady checking me, and it was hurting because I feel like their hands were too small. If you know, you know. And my doctor's wasn't as bad. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. That's kind of weird, but I mean, just TMI, I guess. The doctor gets here, they do an ultrasound to see how baby is doing, and then they're like, oh yeah, baby is breech. I'm gonna do an emergency C-section. I was like, wait a minute, what? Literally, like, everything happened so fast. Like, he went to visit me, like, the doctor, it was like past 11. I remember them. By 12 something, I had my baby. This is where things got crazy. I guess since it was too much, like, fast, like everybody starts moving fast, right? So they start prepping the room, they start prepping you, they start telling you this, they start telling you need to wear this, like it was like chaotic. And I had one panic attack before that incident, because around that time dad had gotten sick. I guess his liver, he went to surgery, and they called us. They're like, he's not gonna make it, there's a very low chance that he'll make it through surgery, so come say your goodbyes. And I was like, I was pregnant with my baby, with my first. That day I got my first panic attack, and I didn't know what it was. Now I feel like we kind of talk about it more. I was very clueless regarding panic attacks, and more because like growing up in a Hispanic household, like you don't really talk about your feelings. I don't know if that's everybody, but I was in my household for sure. So it's like weakness almost. So I learned to like suppress my feelings, and obviously more came with that. Like, you know, you start getting into things you shouldn't be getting into. Back to the story. I got a panic attack. So basically I got a panic attack, and I didn't know what was going on. I got a panic attack with my dad's surgery, and then I ended up getting another panic attack, and this was like within a month difference. So it was like a lot, like the C-section and all that, and everybody was like moving around fast, and I guess it was too much for me to bear at the time. So I went into like full panic mode, and I ended up having a panic attack. So when they were prepping me, I told them I feel like I can't breathe. I was already at the table, they had done the epidural, and I told them I feel like I can't breathe. They said it's normal, honey, blah blah. They were still like moving around. You tie your hands like this. I don't know if that's everywhere, but I guess to keep you from reaching in your incision in case you were to feel something. I got really scared, and I ended up passing out. I woke up, they're moving me like from the table, from the operating table to regular bed to send me back to my room. So I wake up, and like I'm like in and out, and they put you in a room, right? And then my mom is like, they took the baby to the NICU. I think they had already told me they were gonna take the baby to the NICU. I'm not 100%. I really don't remember that. But they told me, I woke up and my mom was like, the baby couldn't breathe when she was born. And that happened to me when I was born. I was able to get a phone. I don't even like this. From this time was just a blur. Like I don't remember much at all. My husband was just in the NICU at that time. Like he'll spend like the time there because I couldn't walk at that time. They didn't even make me walk until the next day. They told me if you want to see your baby, you need to walk. So I needed to walk to the NICU, and the NICU was so far away. To the same hospital with this baby, and I was right in front of the NICU. I was like, bro, they put me the farthest, and I had to walk really, really far. No, it freaking hurts. Okay. I wasn't able to make it to the NICU until the next day. When I tell you I cried all night, my eyes were so puffy. The next day I went to go see my baby, and I was in the NICU like the entire day. Then the NICU has like working hours, so then you have to go. I don't know why. I seen some NICUs you could stay there, but our NICU, like, we couldn't. Like, it was like till 9 or 10 p.m. So then I had to go back to my room. The third day they let me go home, and when I tell you I cried so much, they're like, you can go home. So we just grabbed all our stuff and we just went to the NICU because we're like, we're not going home, like, what? And when they closed, we went back home, and as soon as they opened, we were already there at the hospital. So we had to leave without our kid, and that was the most heartbreaking thing, because if you're a mom, you know, like, you just had your baby with you all day, like for 9 months or however months, to that, to like not having them in your arms, to not having them in your belly. I hated it. Like, it was a lot at that time. Like, it was too much to bear for me. So tiny. My baby was like 5 pounds. Everyone would ask me, baby number 2 coming, and I'll be like, not having a baby number 2. I never want to go through the things I went through. The C-section recovery, I don't remember being it as bad as the second time. I remember I was hurting, but I don't know if it's just because I remember more, but I think, or it could be like because the incision was like opened again. I don't know, but it sucked the second time around that I remember like actual pain. Fast forward now, she's 7 years old. She's in 2nd grade. She was a preemie. It did take longer to do a lot of stuff, which teeth, walking, crawling, talking. Like, she took longer with everything, and I would freak out as a mom. And the doctor would always tell me, it's normal. She was a preemie. We see this a lot with preemies, but I don't know why I didn't believe them. And it's like, you just gotta remember, and it's hard when it's happening to you. It's very, very hard, because you'll hear this all the time, like, don't compare your kids. But it's very hard when they're telling you, like, this milestone happens at this time and this time, and your kid hasn't reached that. It was very concerning, but as a mom of a preemie, I could tell you that is so true. I didn't believe it, but it's true. Like, she took longer to do everything, but now she's just a normal kid. Like, she is amazing. Like, she's a sweetheart. We're fighting a lot, though. I ain't even gonna lie. She's a daddy's girl, and she gets on my nerves because she wants to like go back and forth a lot, and I'm just like, bro, stop. Second C-section was just a little bit different. I was actually there, actually able to experience having my baby and like being in the operating room. We did vlog a little bit, so I'm still literally editing that video, which is so surreal to watch. I love it. And we couldn't record inside of there, but my whole time I was like, bro, we could have put a phone to record and put it in our pocket, like put it in my husband's pocket, and like they would have known. And I'm just like, oh. Now, being in the operating room, that was so scary. Oh my gosh, I was so scared. I did talk to a guy that puts your epidural. I don't know what that's called. I have the word in my head, but I cannot pronounce it, so I'm not even gonna try. Okay, like, I'm scared. This and this happened in my first time, so they gave me some like anxiety medicine, I believe. I don't know. So they give you something, you just tell them, and they were able to like help me out. I was still extremely nervous, but I didn't pass out. I didn't pass out. I was so scared, and I was just praying to Jesus. Honestly, I was just like, Jesus, please help me. They had told me before this, which was a little bit scary at the time, my placenta was sitting very low. At first they had told me not to worry about it because I was having a C-section anyways. Then they were like, okay, it's too low that we're concerned. So they were concerned the placenta will be attached to my uterus. So in that point, like, they have to remove the uterus because it could like cause you to bleed. So I was scared, like my last week of pregnancy, I was scared to go on to my C-section. And also, I forgot to mention, I was sick. I had a cough and like I had like a cold. I don't know what the heck got into me, but oh my gosh, I got so sick. So sick, I lost my voice. Like, it was just so horrible, the time leading to the C-section, because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be coughing and I'm like literally like I was sick having a little baby and then having a incision in your stomach, like major surgery, and I was just like so stressed out. I was like, oh my goodness, like what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be hurting. I was scared I would bleed out and I was scared not make it through surgery. But I kept praying. I was just like, there's no way God would bring me this far just for me to die on the operating room, you know, on the table, like for me to like not make it through surgery. So I kept trying to think positive, but it was very hard. I'm not gonna sit here and deny that. Thank God I made it through. Everything came out fine, and this was our first time being able to experience having a baby in the room with us. And like, it was just a completely different experience. Like lashes and mascara and eyebrows, and then I come back because I think the camera is not dying. It's just, I think it's telling me that it's hot, so let me turn it off. It's not my plan, it's God's plan. And I just want to put out there that Jesus really saved my life there and share my testimony is because God has saved me from so many things. And I just want to tell you that Jesus loves you, because I didn't believe that until I picked up the Bible and I started reading. I got baptized when I got pregnant as I was going through my journey. Get closer to God. Get closer to God, understand my purpose, and doing what I love, which is like my makeup. This is one of the things that I love doing the most. Okay, I think that's it for me getting ready. Just wanted to share that. And some of my hobbies is, before I got pregnant, I would love to work out. I'm still trying to work out. I'm just doing it at home, obviously because I have the baby. So I do like some home workouts, and I go to the apartment gym whenever I'm able to. Right now this has been closed for like a month, so I just been doing home workouts. Like sometimes I just have to remind myself, like, I went through 10 months of pregnancy, and that's okay. Like, I will get better, and it's a slow process, but I will get there. Other than that, if you watch this whole entire video, thank you so much. I will be posting more get readies with me and like more of my life as a stay-home mom. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate you. Have a blessed day.